All right, I've got good news and bad news. Give you the good news first. The good news is we're gonna have a huge avocado fruit set at Winners this year, and pretty much everywhere else I've seen. Last year was a horrible fruit set everywhere, including the commercial growers. And so that means like avocados this summer, local California won't be as plentiful. These will be ready for next summer. But right now it's May of 2024. These are Pinkerton avocados. Anyway, so the good news is we're going to have a lot of avocados. The bad news is there's so much fruit set and so much flowering that went on that the trees just got denuded of foliage. More some than others. Let's take a look. Here's another Pinkerton up here. Sure, it's the same story. Yeah, there's plenty of fruit hanging. Look at all that fruit hanging. Probably more than we need, more than is good for the tree. The more fruit that hangs, the more stress it is on the tree. But there's a lot of fruit, lots and lots and lots. So because we lost so much foliage off a lot of these trees, we jumped all over painting them white with our kale and clay mixture. You can do it with kale. This one doesn't, there's bracts that have no fruit at all, but I'm sure there's definitely gonna be fruit on this one too. I kind of like it when I see about this much fruit, not so much it's gonna freak the tree out. You can see we painted it really good as best we could for all the exposed bark. You want to get these things painted, especially when they lose their leaves, especially when they're flowering and losing their leaves. That's a really vulnerable time for these trees. See, there's some black in here. We didn't get to it soon enough, but we definitely have protected a lot of this, and should be good to go. So kaolin clay is a mineral that's mined, and it's white, and you mix it with water. It's powder, and it sprays really well out of a sprayer. A lot of times you could use paint, any kind of white latex paint mixed with water, like 1/3 paint, 2/3 water, 1/2 paint, 1/2 water, something like that. The problem is the paint seems to really clog up the sprayer sometimes. So I like this kaolin clay. It's a little better for us. You can actually hit more of the tree faster. This one really doesn't have a lot of fruit. It had a lot of flowering, very little fruit, which I'm okay with. If there's no fruit, that means it's gonna be a happier tree, get bigger. You can see all the new buds, all the new leaves starting to come out to cover it up. But there's that vulnerability period where there's no leaves and it's just naked to the hot atmosphere and the sun. And that's why we spray these things like crazy. It's so important. And there's one over here that I was really worried about. This is my little cotton. Look at this thing. It just looks horrible. But it's never defoliated like this before. But we sprayed it down and look, here come all the new leaves. Here they come. It's just like a month of vulnerability. It's almost like some of these trees are just deciduous for a month and then they come back. But this has a lot of fruit coming out on it. Probably more than we need on this tree. There was a huge flower set which caused this massive defoliation. So I was looking at it going, oh my, oh my, oh my. But it looks like it's gonna pull through and be fine and just leaf out. But if we hadn't sprayed it with the kaolin clay and really protected it with this milky sunscreen that makes it look kind of funny, I believe we would have had some issues. So keep that in mind. These things defoliate in April, and sometimes they don't fully leaf back out until June. So right now we have 2 more weeks until June. And that's the story up here at Winners. Let's hope for a big old bunch of avocados this year.